Good afternoon. We have some sunshine and strong winds. 59 are high in Sioux Falls, 57 Aberdeen and Pierre, and 55 in Rapid City. That wind dies down tonight. We'll keep those clear skies. 34 Sioux Falls, 30 Aberdeen, 31 in Pierre, and 32 in Rapid City. We have a very warm weekend on the way, and we'll take a look at that coming up as we begin midday in KELOLAND.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
Coming up, a former college basketball player is sentenced for rape. We have details on today's hearing. Plus,
the Justice Department announces plans to close what's known as the gun show loophole. I'm Natalie Brand in Washington with how the new rule will expand background checks and why some lawmakers say they're already opposed.
Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. New this midday, a former University of South Dakota basketball player who admits raping a woman in 2022 may not have to spend any time at the state penitentiary. Today, a judge sentenced 21-year-old Mihai Carcona to 6 months in county jail. Earlier this year, he pleaded guilty to rape and other charges were dropped. The case dates back to 2022. The victim told police he took her phone and pushed her onto a bed in his on-campus apartment. She tried to push him off, but couldn't because of his size. Carcona is 6'11". In addition to 6 months in jail, the judge gave him a suspended 20-year prison sentence. That means he won't have to spend any time at the penitentiary unless he gets in trouble again. He'll also be on probation for 20 years. O.J. Simpson has died. A member of Simpson's family announced on his X account that the former college and professional running back, who was acquitted of murder in 1995, died yesterday. He'd been battling cancer. Simpson was 76 years old. The White House announced final plans this morning to expand background checks to close the so-called gun show loophole. The new rules would require background screenings before anyone can buy guns online or in person at gun shows. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
This regulation is a historic step in the Justice Department's fight against gun violence.
In a video on social media, Attorney General Merrick Garland hailed the new requirements to expand background checks for those who buy firearms at gun shows or online, what's long been known as the gun show loophole.
ATF found that the flood of illegal guns into our communities is increasingly driven by individuals who sell guns without a license and who do not conduct background checks.
Nearly 80,000 licensed gun dealers are already required to run background checks, but this change means an estimated 23,000 currently unlicensed sellers will have to do the same. It applies to larger sellers that advertise, process credit cards, and earn profits from gun show and online sales.
You could be a private seller who goes to a gun show and sells many guns at that gun show and conduct no background check at all. This rule addresses those kinds of sales.
Chris Brown, president of Brady United Against Gun Violence, calls this the biggest expansion of background checks since the 1993 Brady Bill.
It means lives saved. That's the bottom line.
The new action stems from the bipartisan Safer Communities Act President Biden signed after 2022's deadly mass shooting at Robb Elementary School. But the lead Republicans on that bipartisan legislation are already calling the new rule unconstitutional. Senators John Cornyn and Tom Tillis say they plan to introduce a joint resolution to overturn it. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
The new regulations are expected to take effect in a month. Turning now to a first look at your midday forecast with meteorologist Megan Chatta. Looks like the clouds have blown back into town, Megan.
They really have here in Sioux Falls. We do have that thick cloud cover. We're actually still watching a few very light rain showers moving through eastern KELOLAND, and our temperature is a little bit cooler than this time yesterday. Right now, Sioux Falls is at 49 degrees, and we have that strong north wind right now, 24 miles an hour. But in Rapid City, we have some sunshine, 51 degrees. North breeze is still plenty strong at 18. It's 50 right now in Yankton, 43 in Brookings, 52 in Sisseton, 54 in Mobridge, and 43 degrees in Custer. Now between Watertown and Brookings, those temperatures are a little bit cooler due to some thicker cloud cover still. And there is a look at that strong north wind right now at 15 to 30 miles an hour, with some of those wind gusts in the past hour reaching 35 and 40 miles an hour. Now these winds are going to die down as we head into this evening and overnight, but there is a red flag warning still in effect through this evening for those counties in red, meaning we have very dry conditions plus those very strong winds. If a fire does get started outside, it can spread rapidly. There is a look at those thicker clouds right now with a few light rain showers still lingering under them in the Brookings to Madison area. Again, those are dying down as well. So for today, 59 the high in Sioux Falls, 57 in Aberdeen, 57 in Pierre, and 55 in Rapid City. We'll keep our skies clear overnight. Again, those winds dying down. 34 are low in Sioux Falls, 30 Aberdeen, 31 in Pierre, and 32 in Rapid City. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit warmer. We'll keep our winds mostly light with some sunshine. 63 Sioux Falls, 62 Aberdeen, 66 in Pierre, and 70 in Rapid City. Coming this weekend, some sunshine and 80s return to the forecast. Widespread 80s as we head through Saturday, Sunday, but then we do start cooling back with some rain and strong winds the first half of next week. We'll take a closer look at that in just a little bit.
Thank you, Megan. A Sioux Falls woman is making a name for herself in the world of drag racing. During the week, she's the mother of two and a daycare owner. But on the weekends, Becca Marzo is a hard-to-beat drag racer, taking on the boys in her pink car. It all started back in 2019.
Went out to a Friday night, test and tune, street legals, bring whatever kind of car you want to drive and run it down the track, and that's how we started. I took out my Audi S4 at the time and ran down the drag strip and was hooked.
Now she's racing $500,000 cars and winning. KELOLAND's Tom Hansen finds out how she survived a crash to go on to win a prestigious race in Texas. That's tonight in the Eye on KELOLAND at 10. The Sioux Falls Stampede will play their final home game of the regular season on Saturday. It's Take My Jersey night, as the players' jerseys will be raffled off throughout the game, with the dollars raised benefiting Make-A-Wish South Dakota and Montana. It's also Kids Night.
It's going to be a kids takeover, so we're going to have a junior PA announcer who's going to be announcing the starting lineups. We're going to have someone doing interviews with the coaches in between periods. We've got all kinds of fun stuff on the video board, as well as we're going to have Mr. Twister, free face painting, a scavenger hunt.
The puck drops at 6:05 Saturday night. We'll tell you why the local team is trending nationally, tied to the New York Yankees, tonight on KELOLAND News.